Welcome to my channel. I'm not going to be doing any reaction videos today. I'm going to do those tomorrow. But I do want to do this. It's been on my heart, and I have to do it. I feel compelled to do it. And so I hope you will bear with me and forgive me for getting off topic a little bit, because my channel is about music, not about politics, not about crime and punishment, not about anything else. But the Karmelo Anthony case has just gotten under my skin something terrible, and I have to deal with it. And the reason why is because it's just such a clear indication of how off and how evil our society has become here in the United States. Now, those of you who are viewers from other countries, you probably don't even know anything about the Karmelo Anthony case. I don't know if it's been publicized overseas or not. I kind of doubt it, but maybe in some areas. But here in the United States, it's been national news for a while. I'm just going to give you a brief overview so you understand what we're talking about. Some high school students here in Texas had a track meet, and it started raining, and a young black man named Karmelo Anthony took shelter from the rain under the tent of the opposing team. And he was asked to leave because it was not his tent. The tent was for that team, and he refused. And he was asked multiple times. I've seen numbers as high as 15 times that he was asked. But without a trial transcript, we can't know for sure what the facts are. And so I'm just going to leave it at he was asked to leave politely, and he refused to leave. At some point, a young man named Austin Metcalf, who was a captain on the track team and a captain on the football team, asked him or shoved him after they had asked him to leave several times. And when he shoved him, Karmelo Anthony took a knife out of his backpack and stabbed Austin in the chest and killed him. And because Austin is white and Karmelo was black, this became like the world's biggest deal. But there's a lot of things about the dynamics about this case that just drive me up the walls. First of all, Austin Metcalf's family has received death threats. There have actually been people who have said that they should disinter Austin's body and stab it again. This is evil. It's evil. It should never happen that someone says that or even thinks it. And yet here we are. Karmelo Anthony's family has received death threats, have been told that they're going to be hunted down and killed. It's insanity. It's absolute insanity. What you have here is two families who are both hurting. You have one family who's lost a son, he's died, and you have another family whose son is going to prison for 35 years for killing a boy at the age of 18. There's no winners. No one is coming out of this without pain. And yet we have people on the internet who are denigrating the Anthony family, denigrating the Metcalf family, just saying completely insane stuff, and it's just not right. We've got to get to a point in our society where we can treat each other like human beings, like people with worth, regardless of the skin color. It's insane that we're not doing that. And it's because we've turned our backs on God. It's because our society, as a society, has turned its back on God. And it grieves me. It grieves me tremendously. I've also heard a lot of lies about the case, and I want to deal with those as well. I've heard it said repeatedly that Carmelo Anthony had a public defender, and that's why he lost his case. That is absolutely false. He was assigned a public defender when he was first indicted. He immediately engaged the services of 2 black attorneys. I'm going to give you their names, okay? You can look them up online. Billy Clark and Kim Cole. They initially took the case, and they handled his bond hearing and early trial preparation before they exited the case for reasons that have not been made public. We don't know why they were no longer on the case. But who took over the case was Mike Howard and his associate, Toby Shook. Now, Mike Howard is a decorated Dallas defense attorney with multiple D Magazine Best Criminal Defense Attorney Awards from 2016 through 2026. He's also listed in Texas Super Lawyers in 2026, and he's received other awards. His assistant, Toby Shook, is a former prosecutor and now defense attorney, listed in Texas Super Lawyers in 2026. So both of these guys are highly competent and highly skilled and very experienced defense attorneys. Okay? The argument that's being made is that Carmelo Anthony was defending himself, that he was claiming self-defense. Let me explain something to you. I am a licensed handgun holder in the state of Texas. Because I am a licensed handgun holder, and because I never leave the house unarmed, I have studied the laws because I need to know what they are. I need to know what my rights are and what I'm allowed and not allowed to do under the law. And I can tell you from personal knowledge that in the state of Texas, when you are the aggressor, you lose your right of self-defense. If you're the aggressor in a situation and you end up shooting someone, you do not have the right to claim self-defense. The law is very clear. That is not a ground for self-defense claim. So his claim from the beginning was flawed. It was not going to succeed because the law is very clear. Now, was he the aggressor? According to 20 witnesses, more than half of whom were black, yes, he was. They said he was acting like he was looking for a fight. Okay? He wouldn't back down when he was asked to leave multiple times. So he was the aggressor in this situation. And when he stabbed Austin Metcalf, he couldn't claim self-defense. He could try, but it's not going to work because the law is very clear. And I don't have the trial script, so I can't tell you for a fact that the attorneys, that the judge read to the jury the facts of the law. I can't say for a fact that either of the attorneys brought it up, but I can tell you that it's highly unlikely that it wasn't mentioned, that it wasn't stated clearly during the trial that you cannot claim self-defense if you're the aggressor. Okay? So he did not have a public defender. He had a very skilled and experienced defense attorney. His problem wasn't that he didn't have good representation. It was that he didn't have a good case. He just didn't have a good case, and that's why he lost. And there's been rumors flying around that he was offered a plea deal. I've seen no evidence of that. I don't know if it's true or not. If it is, then he should have taken the plea deal because he would have gotten a lesser sentence. I don't know. Maybe he was hard-headed. Maybe his parents talked him out of it. Maybe his attorney thought it wasn't a good idea. I don't know. And neither do you, and neither does any of these other idiots on the internet speculating about the case. Okay? The next thing I've seen is that he was tried by an all-white jury. That's a lie. It's an absolute bald-faced lie. There was one Hispanic and 4 Asians on the jury, including a Muslim. Okay? The jury was 7 women and 5 men. I don't understand why people have to keep lying about this. Why? What is the point? all you're doing is causing pain for the families. It needs to stop. We as a society need to stop all this speculation and all of this baloney about what's going on in things that we have no knowledge of. The transcript for the trial has not come out. There's a little bit of stuff on the news, but it's just not, the things that people are saying, they don't have firsthand knowledge of. For example, the Anthony family raised somewhere around $630,000 through donations. Excuse me, through donations on Give, Send, Go. The claim is that they took the money to buy $1 million home and buy a Cadillac Escalade. They don't own a Cadillac Escalade, and they don't own the home. They're renting the home. And the cost of the defense that they had from Mike Howard was probably in the neighborhood of $400,000. Okay? So I guarantee you that they have not thrown this money away. They paid for a good attorney, the best attorney they could probably get in Dallas, Texas. Okay? It needs to stop. We need to start thinking about the human beings that are on the other end of our comments. And God gave you one mouth and two ears. That should be a hint. You should spend a lot more time listening than you should talking. Okay? Just stop. There's been AI photographs of Karmelo Anthony crying. I saw a video of Karmelo Anthony supposedly snuck a phone into prison, and it was him talking about his experience in prison. It has to be AI. They don't allow phones in prison. You can't sneak them in. And furthermore, I don't think he's in prison yet because he's still on appeal. So he's in the local jail, not in prison. Okay? It just, if society is ever going to get to a point where people are treated fairly, it's going to be because we reject all of this baloney on social media. It's going to be because we say, I'm not buying this crap. I'm not taking it in. I'm just going to ignore all of the stuff that you say. And I'm not going to let you feed my biases, whatever they may be. It's just insane. It's absolutely insane. There have been AI images of so much stuff, like the jury. They did an image of the jury. They can't have done that. No cameras were allowed in the courtroom. It's absolutely false. There were fake autopsy reports published on social media saying that Austin Metcalf had drugs in his system. Absolute lie. Absolutely false. Okay? And then, just... all I can say is we just need to be, we need to be a lot more cautious with our words. We need to be a lot more careful before we make statements. And we need to be sure of ourselves before we speak up. I ran across this today on X, and I wanted to share it with you because I think it expresses my heart. So,
man, in this video right here, I'm just following my heart because I truly live for God, because I ain't got time for all the BS be going on in the world. This right here is a white man. This is a white brother right here. You know what we just did together? But that's like 9 pallets of blocks with about 100 apiece on the pallets. We just stacked about, maybe 900 goddamn blocks? Yeah. 900 blocks out here in 93, 94 degree weather. And we didn't stop. We got our breaks and we fought together to the end.
And we didn't argue?
We didn't argue. We had a good time. We talked about family.
And God.
And God. Exactly what we talked about. And we just had a man-to-man talk, just men talk as men. So man, it's just a powerful moment because all this going on in this world with this media right now, my heart led me to make this video right here because this is so important. This is a spiritual warfare, not a black and white fight. This is spiritual. This is God versus the devil. This is heart versus heart. Do you got a heart of heart? Do you got a heart of love? Do you have a heart of gold? That's what this fight is about. But the people upstairs that run the show, they're going to try to divide us with color. It's not a color fight. It's where your heart at. What you going to die for? Who you going to die for? You're going to die for Christ. You're going to die for your people. You're going to die for humanity. You're gonna, I won't say die but live, but you know what I'm saying. You're going to put your life on the line to make this a better place for everybody. This is what it's about. So my heart led me to make this video, and I just wanted to make this video because I want this to go around the world, and I hope this brings positive impact because I work with a lot of white people, and I love white people. I love black people. How I see it is, people going to treat you how you treat yourself.
Yep.
So if you come off, energy's everything. If you come off like you feeling some type of way about a person, they're gonna feel that and they're gonna be standoffish. But if you come with a loving spirit, how you doing, what going on, like you just want to enjoy the presence of the person, they're gonna give you that back. That's the power of love. You gotta have that vibration. You gotta get the head out your heart. Yep. So I just wanted to make this video, man. I appreciate you, brother. Before he left, I landed back in my truck, man. He came by, he said we did it together, brother. Yep. So that's what it's about. All right, y'all. Share this video. See you.
I think that perfectly expresses what I'm feeling right now. And I just pray to God that this world can heal and that hearts can heal and that people can see that all of this dissension and all of this hatred doesn't get us anywhere. It doesn't solve anything. And it's just... leave the families alone. Leave the Anthonys alone. Leave the Metcalfs alone. They're both in pain. They're both hurting right now. Just leave them alone. Find something worthwhile to do with your life. Okay? Father, I just pray that we can somehow find a way in this world to heal and to come together in love and to treat each other like human beings, like each one of us has worth. I pray, God, that you'll bless us all, that you'll strengthen every one of us, and that you'll help us to see the hearts of the people that we interact with, and that you will be there for both of us. I pray for this all in the name of your wonderful Son and my brother, Jesus Christ. This is the Vietnam era vet.